The next question is, what's something you do consistently that you always do? Every month, no matter what, you always do this thing. Joanne Kim. So actually introduce yourself since you're new.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joanne Kim. I'm from Hong Kong. I'm the Royal Crown Diamond there. So these guys from Hong Kong, they're all in my team. I'm very blessed to have them. These are really hardworking people. You gotta hustle. So, there's so many people who want to make this work but not willing to work. That won't work. So there's only one way. So hustle and get out there.
The question I have is, what's something you do consistently every month, no matter what?
I grow myself and I grow the people. I think that's, because I've had somebody told me that your organization can only be as big as you. So if you don't grow yourself, your organization can't grow. And I've seen people who've made rank and then fall off because they haven't grown. And because they can't really bring, they cannot carry that. Because with great, then it comes with great responsibility. What is it in English?
With great responsibility comes great blessings.
Yes. So
Say that again.
Great blessings come with great responsibilities. So we have to take it seriously.
yeah. So what happens, I see, is that these people make the rank and then fall off because they cannot carry that responsibility. It's too much for them. And your heart has to be really big. So we've got people who have really big hearts, but they don't sign these people up because they just want to help these people. But if you don't sign them up, then you don't connect with them. Then they go off to, I don't know, they sign up somewhere else, and then you cannot connect to them, and you can't really help them because you don't know where they are. They've gone, and you don't know whether they know how to use the products or whether, so you've lost the connection. So I've seen people who have big hearts, but they don't sign people up. I'm totally off topic now. And I've seen people who really hustle and sign people up but don't follow up, so there's no connection. So the connection is really important. I think once you sign up with that person, you connect with them. The education, the relationship building, the personal growth at the same time, because, and I'm going to be super honest with you, as you grow, as your organization grows, you're going to have challenges. If you cannot overcome those challenges, you fall back to the previous rank, and it happens. You can be a gold and you can fall back to the same.
All right. I know it's still kind of loud. Can someone go ask them to turn down the music? Because even turning down the music would be very helpful. Okay, guys, we're going to see if they can turn down the music so we can hear people a little bit better. The question right now is, what's something you do every month, no matter what, consistently, something, as a leader?
You know what? I think it's something that's very important that we've been doing for quite a while. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to try to speak a little bit louder. But something that we try doing, that we do every single month, and I think is important for growing, is encouragement. So we recognize those that do rank up. And I realize we're talking about how to grow your business, but I believe that once you become a star, and usually when you become a star, you don't know you're a star. You don't know how you did what you did to get where you are, or a senior star. I mean, you might know a little bit more about executive, but the thing that we do is we want to encourage our builders, even if you're not even sure that you're a builder yet, you don't even call yourself that. We want to recognize you for the rank that you have accomplished and make sure that you understand how you got to where you are, and that there is a next step if you so desire, and then to encourage you in your next step. So just making sure that you recognize people is so important. Recognition it really is. Yeah, it's absolutely huge when people know that they're loved. And so that's another form of us reaching out and letting them know that we love you, we care about you, you matter to us. So I want to recognize your hard work. Yeah, I bet. We want to recognize your hard work and let you know that you truly are loved. So that's just something that we do so that people are truly encouraged. So knowing where you are, how you got there, and knowing that there's a next step is very important.
Awesome. If you're late, just perfect. Thank you. Awesome. She's on it. It's perfect. Thank you.
That's great, girl.
How'd you do that?
Takes a village, man.
If you're late.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
work makes the dream work. Joanne just added some light to this to make it happen. It takes an entire neighborhood to make it happen. So it's awesome.
And just so everyone knows, we're going to post this in 12 Days of Diamonds, which a lot of you have team members in, so everyone it'll be in there, okay? We'll do this afterwards. So yeah. So is there something that you guys do consistently every month, no matter what, for your business?
We do recognition, and then we do, as I said, we do webinar, and then we do workshops, and then I have 5 PA, so we do a lot of resources. We write a lot of books, leaflets, and just making the whole, everything in practice, okay? So,
What's PA? You said PA. What's that?
personal assistant.
Oh, okay.
So I have a designer and I have everything, and I'm just trying to grow the team, and I want to provide them as much as I can, and that's pretty much making me really busy.
Every month, I will plan my schedule every next month. So there will be a list of workshops, what with my download videos. Also, every day, I will share a testimonial with my members, no matter what. So that will be a workshop with my leaders, and also a daily sharing, and also a weekly promotion giveaway for the most like. Share the member to share the good testimonial.
Good. Good. Something you do every month, no matter what. You know what? I'll share what I do. Something I do. Okay. And this is hi. This is something I actually. I guess keep this off now. Something I do every month, which I learned from my upline, is I go through all my rankers and I look through for people who are like on the 27th of the month. I look for people that are close to hitting rank that month, and we have a few days left. So I tag them. I go through every single person who has 1600 OGB or and up, and I go through one by one and see who's close. And then I do a post and say, all these people are close. You know, let's cheer them on. I think they can do it. Who else thinks they can do it? And I don't know, I like to think that you guys, sometimes I've had people go, I didn't even know I was close. And, you know, and then it's fun, like the next 2-3 days, 4 days maybe, I see people start to hit. And I'm like, yes. And maybe they would have hit anyway, maybe they went the extra mile because I said that they could do it. So that's something I do every month. Yes, thank you. Anybody else have something they do every month?
We contact those that are about to go inactive. I'm guessing probably a lot of people do that. They always get an email. We've started texting them, which has ramped up the response rate big time. We also contact my husband, since he has retired now, helps contact people as their ER orders are about to process and they're like within $10 or $15 of the next rank or the next promo level. And that has also yielded some
OGB.
good OGB. So
Awesome. Okay. All right. Next question is, how do you get men excited about the business? Maybe just men in general, or maybe husbands, but it might just be men that you meet and say you should do this.
basically just shoot on and hold.
Say that again. I don't think people heard it.
It's basically just Shootron and Goldenrod.
Oh, I know Bruce.
So what I like to do is, what is important to most men that I know is the income. And at the beginning, they think it's cute. I know my own, he thought it was cute. It was sweet. Aww, you know, and that bless your heart kind of thing. But, you know, it's real. And I said, until you start making the income, they think it is sweet. But what I like to do, and I have a bit of a personality where that I hope that when I speak to the men, they listen to me, and I think they do, because I bring it from the heart. I am a widow, and so this income from Young Living has changed my life. And so I speak to it that way, and I tell these men, if you really want to see your wife's business just blow up and increase, join her in her walk. And so that was the way it happened for me. Again, my husband was very supportive. It's one thing to be supportive. It's another thing to be on her side and just, really be on her team, if you will, be a part of the team and be equally yoked. As a God-fearing, believing woman, you have to be equally yoked in this thing for it to truly work and to work greatly and effectively. And so I truly believe that when the husbands start understanding about the income, so talk to them about the compensation plan and get them to understand that, but to let them know that the income is real. And if necessary, find your upline that is willing to talk numbers and just to say, you know what, I've paid my house off, or I bought a car, or I put my kids through college and I'm debt free, or these things speak to men, and it's not boasting about your income or anything, but men, for the most part, they're providers of the family, and they want to know that is what we're doing, is it going to be valuable to my household? And if it's valuable, then I want to be a part of it. And so at first it does seem a little soft and weak, but no, there's so much more to it. And so my thing is just hit it with the income, get them to understand that, and be prayerful and keep it straight like that, and they will. But your income your business will grow, your income will grow when you guys are equally yoked and you're on the same page, understanding that this is what we do for our family. This is the time span that we're willing to sacrifice to achieve this goal, and we're hoping and believing that this goal will take us this long. But mark it out, and talk about the income that you're wanting to make. And my husband and I, we prayed about, and we said, this is the income we'd like to earn. And we reached that mark, praying it through. And we get that mark, and it's like, okay, so now I still do it. I'm a diamond with young living, and I still pray about what it is I desire to earn, and how many people I can bless, and things like that. And so I'm quick to take it up to the throne of God and lay it at his feet, but still, I'm active. So that is the biggest thing, is getting men involved. Start with that income, hit them where it most touches their heart, and it's their wallets.
And their stomachs.
And their stomachs, yeah. Give them a bar. Give them a blueberry. I'm about the quarantine.
I have something to share.
Yeah.
So imagine if you're silver or executive, okay? Executive would be making how much a month?
500.
500?
About.
Yeah. So if you're an executive, if you keep it as executive, you make about 500 per month, around, okay? Hold me accountable for it. About 500 per month. So if you continue this journey for 12 months, you've got, every month, somebody's paying you $500. How much money do you need to be in the bank in order to get $500 every month as interest? So that really speaks to the guys. because the guys do it, right? So if you're a silver, if you make like, I don't know, 2,000, 1,500, right? About 1,500. How much money do you need to have in the bank for the bank to pay you 1,500 interest every month? And in young living, they do that. You maintain your rank, you get paid every month. And you're helping people, right? You're helping people, you're changing people's lives, you're getting money, and if they build this as a business, you're also helping them putting money in your bank. So this is really, really powerful, and it's something that you can keep for your kids. It's something, if you don't need that extra money, who doesn't, you can put that in the bank as a college fund, or money for emergency, or for the husbands, you can get a better car, you can get a pay off a mortgage. It could add up to a lot of money. It's a compound effect, right? I don't know how many of you have read the compound effect book. So when you put away all this money every month, that can lump up to a lot of money. And actually, many years ago, there was a silver retreat. This guy went up on stage and thanked Young Living because she came from his mom passed away, and when his mom passed away, his mom was silver. And I don't remember exactly that story because it was 6 years ago and I was just starting off. And I heard this secondhand. the mother died, passed away, and there was a check every month, a silver check. So this check put him through school, put him through college. So he was super grateful because if her mom wasn't a silver, he might have become homeless or I don't know what could have happened. So he was super grateful. So I think this is really good for the guys to understand this kind of impact you can have if you join in the business. And guys come in a different perspective than what really attracts people. Usually guys are more red, they're more money oriented, they're more business-like. They attract more business builders. Women, we're more motherly, we want to help them, we want to research, we just want to help these people. I don't really care if I sign them up. But the guys are like, they're really aggressive. Okay, I'm going to have to sign them up. So the guys come in with a different perspective and that really complements the wives. So I think when the guys come in, they can attract lots of different guy builders, and that's when the business can really boom. Because when you get business builders, right? Well, actually, I'm starting to call them product builders because I don't like to differentiate people from being product builders and business builders, users. Because I believe anybody can be a builder. So I think having, because bread and feather flock together, right? So if you have guys in a business, it attracts more people who are like-minded. Yes. Instead of just making this a women's business, you can bring on different ideas and complement the woman in the family. Because opposite attracts, and that's why you guys, as a couple, I have actually never seen a couple that's really similar. They're always really different. So that complements it. But you know what? My husband has his name in the account with business partners. We fight a lot, but it brings us to the next level. We fight constantly. We've been in the business for 4 years together, 3 years together, and we constantly fight. But now I'm finally learning to work with him, and it's actually goes to relationships. I think that is.
We should ask our men.
I know.
Are you asking me now?
How do you get men excited about the business?
Alright, so I constantly get sucked into this because, and I find it humorous, much like there's always this constant things that guys joke about that they don't understand women, and women have this thing that they don't understand men. There's some secret working with men or getting men to understand the business, and there's not. We're all individuals, and they're all different about it. The strongest thing I say when we're working with people and new builders is I talk to the husbands, the partners, and I just say, whether or not you're in the business, be present. You know, show up to the classes and be there so that those women who are starting in this business will feel confident and comfortable engaging their partners openly about the business to start that conversation. And that's been, I think, the most effective thing. It's just, I mean, literally, whether or not, you know, there was in the beginning, our classes I showed up to and I didn't even know what the top was. I'm like, yeah, I'm here, right? And that's pretty much all you have to do to start. It is to get somebody there so people can feel comfortable to start the conversation. As a whole, I think guys are slower to accept these kind of new ideas. But once they get the momentum and get involved, they jump in full bore. But they take longer to warm up. They aren't so quick to jump on and accept it. But it's not the idea of the MLM or the idea of the oil that you're fighting against. I think just a guy, it's the nature of guys that we're a little slower to accept new concepts. We're a little bit stauncher in our beliefs and defending kind of what we think is the way things should be.
You know what though? I have a question though. Because I don't find, I'm going to say this closer. I don't find that in other MLMs, not that I have ever been in other MLMs, it's the only one I know, but it seems like in other MLMs there's a lot more men. And is it because of the oils, or is it some kind of the industry?
No, well, there's two MLMs. You know, there's opportunity-focused MLMs and there's product-focused MLMs. Product-focused MLMs, Hampton Chef, Mary Kay, all heavily women-oriented, right? Opportunity-focused are the ones that are, you know, they're pushing the business building about, you know, have the income, have the car, have the house. Those are very, very aggressive, very male. So, but as a whole, I think that would be say, Eric Warrior, GoPro, I'm sure many of us are there. I mean, still, MLMs across the board are 70% women. Oh yeah, across the the board. It's just at the executive level, you'll see the guys on stage tends to be the guys on stage.
Right. Yeah, yeah, please.
I'm a diamond rising.
All right.
I'm not there yet, but I have been able to retire my husband so that we are work from home.
Close. They're pretty loud over there.
So one thing that I noticed is that now we have like the Iron Cowboy, we have Olympians, we have people who are brand ambassadors. And today at the symposium in Australia, I spoke with a young man, one of the wait staff, and he was asking me questions and I answered his questions, but he was a marathon runner. And so I immediately asked if he knew who James Lawrence was, the Iron Cowboy, and I talked to him about our product line for men, for athletes. And he was immediately drawn in. Someone had already spoken to him about Zing and Infrared, and then I talked to him about, well, there's Cool Azul that they talked about in the symposium. And so I spoke to his interests or his need. And because Young Living now has a product line that supports that, and I asked him, are you an entrepreneur? And he said, well, why, yes, I am. So I said, well, you're looking at this list of golds in Australia, and this is what a gold can make. This is about the approximate income that a gold can make. I said, is that interesting to you? And he said, why, yes, that's really good. That's really good income. And I said, well, when you get to that point, whether you're working or whether you're hitting it hard, you will make a good income. And that appealed to his entrepreneurial nature.
I wonder if we should move. It's really hard to hear. They're really loud and right there. No, I understand. I would just wonder if we should go out to the lobby.
Or even the area right below, but that's probably going to
Sorry, guys. It's just really loud. I know we're trying to hear.
We can move to like that corner, you know, it's available. Yeah, I think it's
All right,
it's
let's go. We're gonna move. So we're just gonna hang with us. We're moving. Just we're in a bar. It's getting louder.
maybe we squeeze a little bit.
We can move these pillows out of the way. All right, hang with us. Okay.
Why don't you ask the men?
Yeah.
Well, I have some comments. You know, my name is TJ. I was really skeptical, okay, to MLM business. Okay, what happened was, you know, I joined like another like MLM company 20 years ago. Okay, and I still like had that bad experience. Okay, and I was talking to my wife. You know, like she was very surprised. Hey, how come you had like such a skeptical experience, or the how come you don't trust Young Living? Okay, what happened was like in the previous company, okay, to become a member, you have to stick with the ER programs at least 6 months. Okay, and it was a lot of money at that time. Oh, I was like 20 at that time, so I wasn't making like too much money on it. And the fee that you need to pay, you know, as a auto ship, yeah, auto ship, yeah. And to become a member, you have the money that you pay, it's 3 times, okay, as much as what we're paying, you know, like in Young Living. So she didn't tell me like all these details about it, okay, and she just said, oh, I joined the well, she said that she bought the essential oil, okay, and it's an MLM company. I said, what the heck is it? And then I told her it's a scam business. Okay, and then I told her, you know, what was happening to me like in the past, and then, well, because my previous job, you know, like was the technical sales director. I traveled all over the world, so I didn't stay home, you know, like during the weekdays. Okay, I only stay home, you know, on the weekends to see the kids and spend time with my family. And but I like she did everything like she wanted, you know. There's no way I can control, you know. Like we only like talk on the phone, and she told me, you know, what she did, and I said, no, please do not do it. She never listened to me, so I had no control. And besides, okay, the reason that we know Young Living is because of like one of the our friends in Facebook. Okay, she introduced Young Living to her, and our son, you know, like was really sick at that time. So I couldn't find any other natural remedies other than Young Living essential oils. So I had to let her like use it, and then it works. Product works. Okay, this really like triggers me. Okay, okay. And like for the first time, I thought it was the luck. Okay, I didn't know what you did. You know, you like put something else other than essential oils. Second time, she tried it again. It worked. Oh, that's not luck, definitely. Okay, and then I was like curious because I did travel a lot, so I have to get used to the jet lag, and my immune system was really weak. So I would get cold very easily. So I used to carry a whole bag of medication. Okay, or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Other remedies.
yeah. Okay. So once I know like the product works, so I tried it myself as well, and it worked. It worked, you know, perfectly. I was like surprised. So I did a lot of research. So I think, okay, if the product works, okay, and the man realize it and know the testimonial, this is the basic. I mean, this is the beginning, okay, and it would be a lot easier, okay, to attract men, okay, before talking about money. Okay, this is my experience. You know, doesn't matter. You know, how good you talk about. Oh, you can earn this money, you can earn that money, you can be the world crown diamond. You know, like in like 2 years, 3 years. They cannot like see it. Okay, you know, at that moment. Okay, even though it's opportunity for them. Okay, but as long as the product works. Okay, I try to be compliant. Okay, as long as the product works, okay, and they can see it, they can realize it, they tried it, and it happened. You know, the same thing. You know, to the guys. Okay. That's my story. Okay, and once my wife like hits world crown diamond, I immediately quit my job. I fired my boss and fully work for my wife.
What did you say, Shelby? Shelby, what did you say?
I said men just basically learn that women aren't always right.
You know,
I had the same experience with my husband that he did not want me to do this business. As soon as he liked the oils, but as soon as he found out it was MLM, he was like, no, I had a bad experience. Just like you.
Exactly.
And I didn't know what MLM was, so I was like, this sounds fun, I'm gonna go do it. Back to work, see you later. And it was just like, please stop, please don't. I like the product, that wasn't the problem, just the model. But once I showed him my first check, it was on purpose. So, you know, well, he looked at me, he's like, right, keep going, you know. So our story is like, when I first joined Young Living and I made a goal, I was like, if I hit gold in 3 months, I'll quit my job, okay? And then, so I worked my ass off for that 3 months. It was miserable. And then on the 3rd month, I was about to quit my job, and I told my husband, I was like, I'm gonna quit my job. And he was like, are you crazy? Are you really crazy? And I was like, no, I'm not. And then so he was like, are you even making like a few $100 level in that scam business? I was like, well, first of all, it's not scam business. It's a real thing. It's helping people. And second of all, I'm not making a couple $100. And then I showed him my check, and he was like, what the heck? How come you're making money more than me?
It was like 3 months, you know, after she joined Young Living. Okay, I thought like she did something, you know, like on the computer. Hey, how come there's so many digits? You know, like here. it was free.
Yeah.
So like products works and then the money.
You need
comes-
both
yes.
together for a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
And then when I reached platinum, I was like, wait a second. How about, I can foresee I will be making more in the future. I was like, hey, you know what? It's time for you to quit your job. He was like, never. I'm not going to quit my job and do the lady business, okay? And then I was like, well, wait until you see. Okay. And then after that, I reached full time done and then next job. So the real motivation for me to work so hard, the real motivation it's at first, he basically looked down on me. He was like, no, you're not gonna make it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it and I'll prove it to you. I will do it.
Off the top. Focus on man. Man, I am the man.
Okay, you're the man. Okay. But let me finish it, okay?
But you're the man. But you're the man. Okay, just so you know, you're
still
the
the
man.
man.
But she's gonna finish.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna prove it to him. I can be successful, and I can do what I want to do, what I believe in. So that is.
All right.
And you're still the man.
All right.
Not that young living.
Who's got my sheet of questions?
It's over there. Is that it?
Oh. Let's see. Tell us a contest that was successful. Contest ever that you had that was successful. So the question is, tell us a contest that you had at some point that was really successful.
Oh, yes. I am not.
That's because you're the man.
We have so many things going on like team building, okay? So our team is basically business focused. So that's why we grow so much in Hong Kong. Okay? And one of the best contests we have done is the weight loss contest. Because last year maybe, I can't remember. Okay, I
Last
said,
August.
oh, last August. How come you can remember?
Because I'm a man.
Okay. Okay. And then I was like, okay, whoever lost the most pounds in the team, you can get like $200 US worth of products. So I choose 10 people. And then so my team go crazy. I created a group. So everybody joined the group and then they post like the pounds every day, how much they have lost, what product they're using, and then what oils they use and all that stuff. So basically in Hong Kong we don't have that weight loss products. So what we do, we order NFL products. So we ship from US. So okay, so you know what my members do? They would go on live home. They would order NFL products and ship from US to Hong Kong. And
Tell them what the NFR means.
NFL is not for resale products. It's US products. So they would go on the NFL live home and they say, oh, I want to order sneak products and da. And then so many people from my team ordered, and the live help operator even said that, what are you guys doing in Hong Kong? How come so many people ordered the sneak product and stuff? So basically because of this context, and then I remember it helped me to move away. Yeah.
Awesome.
For that context.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
I had a really good contest.
Okay.
So I did a contest for our team, a couple of them actually, based around enrollment. So not Young Living Thai, but just like with our own team. So for instance, first 5, this is something that I learned from Madison Viney and Kari Lewis and their Happy Hangout group. Great group, if you guys are not in there yet, but sort of tying in, like I said earlier, sort of tying in your giveaways and your contests to the actions that you want them to take. So really encouraging people to get out there and enroll people. So for instance, first 5 to enroll a new member for the first time will get a bottle of abundance or whatever, right? Any kind of oil, $25 product credit. And so we did that, and it was like boom, boom, boom. Like within a, I don't know, 3-day period, all 5 were already done. I actually had to widen the contest even more and say, okay, the next 5 will be random. So you got the rest of the month to get your name in, and so people would just sort of comment on the thread if they enrolled their first number. But it just sort of went bananas. Now it's something that we're doing on a pretty consistent basis. But that type of enrollment thing, and then with other people, I've even tried to like up the ante a little bit. So for instance, you know, in May, if you enroll 3 people, you're going to be entered to win whatever, maybe an orb diffuser or whatever. But it's just really encourage people to kind of up the ante to reach that goal. So that's been awesome for us. So we do it pretty consistently.
Okay. Anybody else have a contest they do? Or have done?
I've done the first 5 dots agreement. If you haven't done them, we do a lot of the incentives. We do a lot of, we like Facebook threads that are just, you know, post your gratitude. We're big on gratitude. So think, who got you into Young Living? Post the story about how you got into Young Living. Say thank you to whoever, you know, changed your path in Young Living. Of course, everybody had fun with the Valor one. We did a lot of incentives around your story with Valor, which was huge because we had a lot of new members who had never used the Valor. So we had all these old-time members sharing their stories. But then we did just another one just recently. I got from one of the Crown Diamonds. You know, take what's the oil you're afraid to use? That is a great one. And so we just ran we do general random drawings.
One of the things you also do is we shamelessly target our promotions. So we'll go with leaders inside our organization who need a boost, who are close, and we'll work with them to do a promotion that's specifically targeted into their team.
We'll go into legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go into legs and we'll run help with their volume by doing, you know, specific targeted promotions that will get their team excited. But they're usually for everybody to participate. I try to keep a lot of the incentives so that everybody can play. It doesn't matter if they're, you know, one of the top enrollers or not, because that's what encourages them to start enrolling and participating.
Contest you run?
Hi, I'm Maggie.
She's my turn. Sorry, say it again.
I'm Maggie. I'm from Hong Kong. I'm not very good in speaking English, so I'm not usually doing like contests, but I do giveaways like every month. Early start in the month, I do a live, and I will ask people to do something like. People don't have idea what to buy every month, so I ask them to do a list that what they buy in a month to which to qualify to get the gifts,
The promos?
like the promotion things, and you have to point out reason why you order it. And for the New Year, for the Chinese New Year, so many of my team members, they're doing the same things, like they have a package for the mother-in-law, a package for my friend, a package for the Chinese New Year friend, like that. So I do giveaways. So if someone do like the most close point to the qualified, like 300 PVs, and you get an oil like that. Yeah, make like 30 some people join this kind of giveaways. So I think that's really good because it can give out some ideas for the people who doesn't know what to buy the coming month.
Yeah. I like your idea about why they're ordering it.
Yes.
You know, not just what, but why. Why are you getting that? Yeah, that's
so
good.
They do some graphics, like they capture what their list and post on our Facebook group, so everyone can have a look.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's keep going. Let's see. What advice would you give to someone who is stuck? What advice would you give to someone who's stuck? kind of stopping on you, Karen.
I'm thinking,
Dig yourself out.
I think I'll start.
Okay.
You can piggyback.
All right.
Because I probably learned it from you. The very first thing that you have to do is change your words.
yes.
And quit professing that you're stuck. So as long as you keep rehearsing that story over and over, you're going to stay there. So start speaking life into your business and into your team and into yourself even before it feels real. Talk about the business builders that are on their way. Talk about the way that OGB is growing, but speak life into your business. And there's tons of conscious language support, tons of books, CDs, workshops. You got it. But you just can't keep rehearsing that story.
Okay, good.
I can agree. Good job, Kyle. I really believe that is so very true. You can't be anywhere that you don't see yourself being. And with negative words, it just lowers your frequency, and you live what you speak. You start, whether you know it or not, you start seeking after the things that you speak. So even if you're speaking something negative, that is what your subconscious starts to go towards and moves toward. This is not weirdo stuff. I mean, look it up for yourself. But if you think more positive thoughts, and then your actions start to align up with the words that you actually actively speak. So, and I'm sorry, I think my words are turning upside down at the very moment because I'm so sleepy. But that's not negative thinking. That's real.
That's reality.
No.
What kind of action items, though?
Can I share an example of what
Okay,
they
go
taught
for
me?
the example.
Okay.
So this is Nancy. She's on my team, and so is Skylar.
So I'm a gold, and I'm an old, so to speak, because I've been in the business for 11 years, and I didn't know it was a business. It was survival skills for a long time. And when Karen first started interacting with me and working with me, Karen's my sponsor, and Deborah Rayburn is my enroller. So I have a great lineage. But at the time when I first started, I just had a physical need. My kids had a physical need. I had a physical need, and that's why we got into young living, which is how most people start. It works so well, but I had a husband who was calling them snake oils for a long time, and I didn't understand the business. I didn't want to understand the business, and Karen, being the type of person that she is, the leader that she is, she spoke life into me. So I would say if you're stuck, start breathing life and speaking different things over your teammates. Because if your team is stuck, or they're feeding off of the energy that you have about feeling stuck, they will stay where they are as well. And so she was speaking life into me when I didn't believe in myself. She was encouraging me, and she was helping me to expand my thinking and see things in myself that I didn't see. And so she would keep speaking that over me, whether I believed it or not. And I would say, okay. So it took a couple of years before I finally opened my mouth and spoke to a stranger at the gym. So someone asked me about my peppermint, and I explained to them how I use it, why I use it, what it's good for. I didn't know anything about the business, so I didn't say anything about the business. But when I talked to Karen, I told her, I shared with somebody. And she cheered me on like I had just hit girlfriend time. I mean, she just poured into me, and I thought, I can do this. As soon as I had that belief, I can do this, things started changing. My language started changing. My interactions with people started changing. My goals started changing, and I started opening my mind to the business side of it. I wasn't ready, but I was starting. And then when my husband came home from Afghanistan, I had sent him with oils. So he was a non-believer in MLM and in the oils. But when he came back from Afghanistan and he had used the oils and they did work, and he saw my paycheck and he was like, where is this money coming from? I could tell him Karen poured into me, and I started pouring into other people, sharing oils, and it just grew, even without my understanding. So I can say that power of belief and the power of positivity, it's breathing life into people. If people will do that, it'll just break some barriers. Of course, the knowledge helps. My husband knowing that it was a business really helped, and I started treating it like a business. So while some people might say they're stuck, it could be a time of growth. I'm going to learn how this business works. I'm going to build some belief into myself. I'm going to do some self-development. Those kinds of things helped me break through that barrier, and I immediately got unstuck and it started growing steadily. And that's only been in the last 3 years. So even though I've been a product user forever and a day, 3 years of growth to be able to retire my husband, and with his Young Living book business and our old income, being able to retire him and be completely out of debt is a phenomenal motivator to help my teammates go, I want that. I want to keep growing like you, because I'm not done growing, and so they won't ever be done growing. All of us grow together. So that's been a really positive thing for us. The fact that I have leadership that speaks life. So I became the leader that speaks life. So it just keeps going.
Anybody else on how you'd help someone who's stuck? Yeah.
I've been stuck. I did a video on 12 Days of Diamonds a while back, and I don't know, I have nothing planned, but I like poured my heart out how I was struggled, and I basically failed my way to diamond. Not really, but I mean, some days you feel like that, and I was struggling. We hit diamond in February of 2016, and it took us 8 months to get back there, which once you get to that point, that's a long time to get back to a rank. We've never come back before, and so I felt stuck. I was struggling, and when I look back, what I was doing was I was dwelling on what I was doing wrong instead of looking at what I was doing right and other things that I could be doing well and trying to fix what I was doing wrong. And really what you need to do is get creative and jump out of your comfort zone and find other ways that, other resources that are available to you. Make cross-line friends. Like, I don't think I knew anybody here really well besides Jessica tonight, and this is great. Like, I'm making so many friends just by sitting here and chatting. So all these kind of things you can do that are not the norm are going to really help you grow as a person and just get out of that mindset of getting stuck in what you're doing wrong, and it's going to help build you up. So I think from that point, since I'm recovered from being stuck, I'm no longer in that mindset. My goal for myself is that I'm willing to try anything once, and if it doesn't work, then but I'm willing to try anything once. And if I make a mistake, then I make a mistake, and I learn from it.
Let me see the question list. All right, next question is, how do you train your team to grow? Well, it's kind of a general question. How do you train your team to grow? Oh, I know what I meant. When someone first gets started, it's kind of like similar to system. Yeah, okay, let's skip to the next one. Do you encourage your leaders to start their own teams? That's a good question. Do you encourage your leaders to start their own teams, like yourself? Or do you want them to...
And by team, you mean Facebook?
Facebook group, name.
Here's what we've done on our team. I have a very active group, and I keep it active, so posting at least daily, probably a couple of times a day, with encouragement posts and recognition and product education and that kind of stuff. I tell my leaders that if they're committed to keeping their Facebook group active, then go for it, if they're ready for that stage. But even if they're a silver and they're not Facebook savvy and they know how to set it up, but they're not willing to do the daily grunt work, because it is, then I encourage them not to do that and just to make sure that their people are in my group. Because there's nothing more detrimental than having your group with all your people in it and not doing anything in it. So for me, it's not about rank. It's about activity, and if you're a senior star and you're hopping on Facebook, great, go for it. But careful if you're.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
That's just us.
I tell my team that every, I post in my group every day, no matter what. Something.
Yep.
Something, even if it's just like an announcement about something, it's something every day to show that I am present in my group. So you guys are like, this is my group.
Something I've done in my Facebook group, and it helps me be a better leader because I'm not done growing. So I know a lot of my team will watch this, and I have Diamond, Crown, Royal. It doesn't matter. When this girl reaches the top, she's not done growing. And I don't think I've arrived. You know what I mean? So, and I still learn from my team members. But what has helped me to be a better leader, because I have had to reinvent myself because of the change that happened in my life when my husband passed. I have 4 children, and my goal was to make sure that I was okay and they are okay. And still to this day, it's years past, but it's never over. It's never over. It'll never be over because it's a part of our life. But I was able to spend great time with them. So I have had to come back forward. So when my husband passed, I was a gold. And then all of a sudden, and it's not like all of a sudden, there's more to the story, but then I'm a diamond now. And you're like, ooh, I'm a diamond. How do I do this diamond life thing? What do I do? But I have learned from my leaders. My leaders have learned from me. I've learned from others. And so something that I have put into implementation is that I ask my leaders, as far as Facebook goes, to help me with Facebook. You're all a part of the team, and so let's, as leaders, you have your people on our team Facebook page, so let's post to that. So I've asked my leaders, I've said, okay, who would take Monday morning, Monday afternoon?
Can you guys tell them? They're YL. Just tell them to be quiet.
Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon.
Come on, someone brave. Go.
I know, Heather.
The entire week, morning and afternoon, and I've asked my leaders to post morning and afternoon. So whether they took just the morning, because that's what their schedule allowed, or just the afternoon, or they took both, it's totally up to them, and whatever day was up to them. It didn't matter to me, but the point is I'm not too proud to shout out, how about a little bit of help here? And I also know that my team doesn't need to hear just team. The team can learn from the other leaders on the team. And by everybody posting like that, it just helps build morale in the team for everybody to read and to see. So whether it's encouragement or product or whatever it might be, it's just so encouraging. So I believe reaching out and asking your leaders to be the leaders that you are asking them to be, that they desire to be, let them be that on the team page as well, and let them reach out and help and show love and share love. So it's helpful to everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They can join us if they want. Did you tell them they could join us? Okay.
I told them they could photo.
I don't.
Love it.
Look at me.
Done.
I say no drama. No drama. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, tongue tied. No drama. I don't do drama.
You're not red.
Not at all. I'm not red. I don't do drama. Don't bring me your drama.
How
Now,
else could we rephrase that?
I know. Challenges happen, and we have to jump over those hurdles, and they're just hurdles. They can be overcome, but there's drama and there's challenges.
Exactly.
And I am here, and I will help you. If my people, y'all are watching, I will help you. You know I love you. I'm here. I will help you. I will not bite you. But I don't do drama, and I just encourage you as leaders, don't do drama. Don't accept it, don't receive it, and it does not exist in my world. There is no drama. I can't even express that enough. When things come up and things need to be handled, we work it out. We do the best that we can to help each other get through it. There's changes that happen within the company of Young Living, for instance, and people were blowing up. Drama was flipping and flying everywhere, but I promise you, in my team, there was no drama at all. And I'm the first one to step up, and I will say, here's what's going on, team members. This is how it's going, but you know what? Hold on. We're not gonna worry. We're gonna sit tight. and we're going to let this kind of play out, and we'll see what happens, and we'll go to the next step, but we're not going to worry about it. So I believe as a leader, what I'm really saying, just went around the mulberry bush, I'm so sorry. But what I'm really saying is you as the leader, you set the tone, okay? And whatever tone you set, that's the tone your team is going to accept and receive. So I don't do drama. So my people don't do drama. We don't have drama. We do have challenges because we are human, but we just don't receive it as drama. So set the tone, and the way you want your team to be, you need to be that first, because it starts right here as the leader. So you got to take responsibility for the things that go on in your team and just believe. And I do. I pray over my team constantly. I pray for people by name and by team, things like that. But no drama. There you go.
To go off on that, for instance, be a problem solver.
Yeah.
So allow solutions to happen, or people to come up with solutions. But for instance, a cross-line diamond friend of mine, Amanda Friedel, she gave me an idea when in the US market, when the wool balls went out of stock super quick and it wasn't available to people. She said she was giving a promo. Okay, it went out of stock, it's not available anymore, so here's what I'm going to do. And she solved the problem, and she gave a promo giving away the dryer balls that she purchased off of Amazon if you made a certain amount of purchase. So I took that idea and I said, okay, what if, so the dryer balls are not available anymore, but never fear, I have my own promotion, the next 10 people to go and buy at least 100 PV on ER, or even not ER, and also buy a Thieves Laundry soap along with anything else they wanted. I would buy them 4 of the wool dryer balls and send it to them. So the next 10 people easily. But then the funny thing was those 10 people are getting wool dryer balls, but all of a sudden everyone was buying more. It's like everybody started buying more. That the ER for that month jumped, my OGB jumped, and I was only offering it to 10 people, but everybody else got that idea, hey, this is something good. And so it kind of generated some positive forward motion. So nobody thought of it as, oh, there's no more dryer balls, boo-hoo. It was more like, oh, hey, that's a great idea, how cool. And maybe some of my leaders started giving away dryer balls. I don't know. But whatever happened, it increased the OGP for that month, even though the promo ran out right away. So that was a really good learning point for me.
Anybody else on complaining?
Complaining.
How do you handle complaining?
When I have a few builder groups, some of the builders are more advanced leaders. When something happens in our builder group, like the executive or up, the advanced leader group is trying to say something. We have 2 groups. Then some of the advanced leader will go to the normal leader group to say something, and we're trying to distract them, and we will like brainstorm about what to do. We have to do something to distract them, like we giving out some very positive things like new event or like new giveaways, something like that. Distract them. Just distract them.
Redirect. You're redirecting.
Yes, and we just like in the advanced leader group, we got like 10 people. It's really the leader very mature in mind. Then we will say something one by one. One is comforting, like, oh, I understand this really bad and this not very good, I understand. And another one say another different things, but we have like, I need some translation. 夾口供點樣講啊?
Well, she just have some leaders, builders, who trust her. Like, fair enough, okay? So whatever happened, they will jump out and help her to do something.
Teamwork.
So she encouraged everybody.
More mature leader. Yes, more mature leader.
So she encouraged everybody. You need to have a small. Every one of you guys, you need to have a small group of builders who trust you very much, and just for whatever reason, whatever happened, they'll jump out and help you say something.
Okay, I have an example. In Hong Kong, we have the loyalty gift for the ER, right? And there's 1 month, they suddenly changed the orange to a 5 ml grapefruit, and so many of the leaders is very unhappy about the change without notice. So they are so mad and saying some very negative things in the group, and then we talking about this in the advanced leader group, and then we said, what about we trying to say something like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. I know it's really sad, and because you're looking forward to the loyalty gift, and it's suddenly changed. So what about I give you mine? And few leader pops up said, what about I give you mine to your team also? I give you mine. I don't mind to give you if it can make you feel better and make you feel happy. It's so important that you feel happy in this group. And then she suddenly said, oh, I feel so loved. You're all so kind and so good. So we suddenly changed order.
The attitude.
The attitude of the group. So it's what we do. Yeah.
As the leader, that's great.
And also the question you asked about, do you encourage your team to be independent? I always tell my story that because when I start Young Living, I just on my own. I have no one to help, and my team start only me. I do all the things, all the materials, all the education, all the workshops by my own. My upline is not doing this business. She doesn't help, only introduce me the starter kit. So even she doesn't know how to use the oil, she asks me also. So I'm yes, my enroller. So I start my own things in a minute I start Young Living. So I always encourage them, if you want to do this business very fast, you have to be independent. And I'm always teaching my downlines personal branding. If you have a good personal branding, even your downline who doesn't know you, maybe it's level 8 or level 10, if you have a good personal branding, they will listen to you. It's very, very important. So this is what I'm trying to teach them, because we have like leader workshops every month. We meet each other, we're doing new things, we brainstorm and telling about what happened in your teams, like that. So it's pretty good. Spend time. I think spend time is so important. Now we put everything online, but we miss out like face-to-face talk. We hug each other, like we're talking about our own life, like that. So I think relationship is very, very important.
All right, last question. How do you encourage your team to attend events? So like convention, or how do you get people to go?
Well, the first thing you have to do is, again, lead by example. I'm just going to keep it super short. You lead by example. I get my ticket, I tell them I'm going, and then I encourage them to go. I show the promos, I list the things out, might even do a contest or two, whatever it takes. But again, I think it's so important as leaders that we lead by example. It just changes everything. We have to set the tone as the leader.
I remember last year when we went to convention. Before the convention, I was, I want to get my team going. For whoever, even down like my 20 level, I don't really care. So whoever going to the convention, I'll sponsor them each $150 USD. Okay, so each. So we fly from Hong Kong to US. Okay, so at the end, I think around like 70 people joined. So I bought 70 people to the convention. So as a team, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So
impressive.
Yeah. So whoever going, I'll sponsor them $150. So add up a lot of money, but I don't care. So it just pushed them to, because when you get there and you see it, convention, they totally change their mind, right? Yeah.
I have mine, because I'm teaching people how to do a good social media things, like how you share Young Living in your fan page or your Facebook, okay, I'm telling that there is 3 level, okay? The level 1, you post products on your product or promotions on your Facebook, okay? People doesn't like you selling things, okay? This is the lower level. The second level is you use your oil for your lifestyle. I don't know how to tell in English. Maybe when you drink a juice, you just drop some vitality line oil, like taking nice pictures. The best level is you're going to an event. You don't take logos, but only selfie with all the friends, like happy faces, very fun things, no logos, okay? The best level is you're going to the events, show happy faces, very funny things. The people start to so curious about what you're doing. They start asking you, oh, why are you going there? What you're doing? So go to event is the best place you can do this level of social media thing. So always I will encourage my people not only go to the Young Living events, they have to go to workshops, they meet their cross lines or their teams, taking nice pictures and show on Facebook. That helps. So it's very good. They love to join the events all the time. Every time they see me in the events, we just let's take pictures, take nice pictures.
And one of the effective ways to coming up on convention for this year, if you're still hoping to get more people involved, is ask all of your members from last year who attended to share their favorite photo or their favorite story from conventions past. So we always have a Throwback Thursday, kind of a theme. And so ask everybody to dig up their pictures and show how much fun they were having a year ago. And that can make people want to be there this year.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I'm going to piggyback on what Skyla was saying. I think that's really important. I think you could even have members do Facebook Live videos in your business group, and they could sort of share their testimonials, kind of like the same thing, but through a video, and have people ask questions. And I think to strategically think about having a star, a senior star, an executive, a silver, people at different ranks share their experience and why they enjoyed it so much. I think really talking up convention, talk about it all the time. Whatever action you want on your team, you got to talk about it, and it's action creates more action, right? So if you create more action around convention, your team's going to be more excited, and there's going to be more action, more signups for that. I remember when convention tickets first became available for this year, I did a Facebook Live video, and I was like, you know what? Convention tickets just went live. You got to get it. Come on a Facebook Live video. I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to walk you through everything. I mean, I had a ton of people get on, and I was like, this is how you register. This is what I really recommend you get to. The farm day, I talked about the workshops. I talked about what to expect. I talked about what to wear. I was like, don't wear heels, bring your walking shoes. And just, really just made it very relatable, and people loved it. And I was like, and we're going to have, a team dinner. We're going to have lots of opportunities to connect. You'll get to see Gary and the executive team. So I think doing lots of Facebook Live video around it is really important. And then, again, doing those member spotlights on it, too. Awesome. I think we're going to close. It's been a good
We should hear from our latest guest.
The one that
just jumped in. Karen just walked up.
What's the magic tip that you have to build the whole thing? The one thing.
All writing on you.
One thing? No pressure.
I'm kidding. But you have all kinds of wisdom.
Your best piece of advice, Annie, that you would give to anybody who wants to do this business?
Just use your oils and be consistent in whatever you choose to do. I think there's so many ways to do the business. I'm staring at this light.
Isn't that great?
What's that?
Don't stare too long, you'll get
So
sleepy.
you're not dark on the screen.
Okay. Well, I think, there's so many ways to do the business, and there's not one way. I think it's great that we have so many teams of support or tools and Facebook groups that we can learn from, but it'd be crazy to try and do everything, and maybe just have the wisdom to pick a few things that suits your team needs or your market needs, because sometimes it's also cultural. I couldn't do what Vivian is doing, I couldn't friend people on Facebook, in Facebook groups, and in our culture, we could do a little bit, but not to that extent. I think the Hong Kong people are a little bit more like business focused. The Malaysians are, but not as much as the Hong Kong people. So I toned that down a little bit, you know. So I don't know. That's how. Yeah. What have I missed?
You can watch it later.
Oh, I have something to share. I'm really so happy today because I have done something because before this trip, I packed like 80 something boxes for my builder. I do all the DIYs in it. Yes, 80 pack. And I send it out to their home to surprise them. They're so happy. Keep testing me. Even some of them are very quiet and they keep posting on their Facebook and on our groups. It's just a Mother's Day things, a wooden box.
What are the examples that you put in there?
I'm gonna show it to you. We packed 80 boxes. I spent more than 1 week. We do this.
Hold on, just kind of hold on. Let me zoom in on your screen. Hold on, just keep it still. There you go.
Oh, you didn't know that? I do it in the office.
I mean, you didn't tell them.
Okay.
What's this? Just like-
There is a body scrub, a sunscreen, a candle, and a spray, and diffuser necklace, and a rose. And it can be tied on the hair like that. So I want to pamper all the mothers because it's Mother's Day, and in Hong Kong the mother is so stressed out because of the
It gets everywhere in the world.
Yeah. Really?
Because their kids have so many classes.
Yes, the kids, so the homework so demanding, and the mother have to work and go back home. They still have to check the children's homework. And one day I have my raindrop workshop. One of the mother came, and after the workshop we talked to each other, and then she said, "Oh, I'm so blessed I'm here today because I didn't go out alone by myself for more than 2 years." I said, "What?" And then so many mothers came up and said, "Oh, I didn't come out by myself more than 1 year." So many mothers so stressed. They stay home and do everything by their own, and there's no one to pamper them. Like they don't have time for their own. So we start to think. I'm start talking to my sisters. My sister, she just gave birth 2 months ago, and we said we want to do something to make them happy. So we start to order the things and make the things like more than 1 week, and we start to pack them, send it out. They get it today, and they are so happy.
I have to do more of that.
Yeah, so
Once my
for
MBO
me,
is
I think I always tell my leader, you do something that money can't buy. You spend time, you care about them. This is what Yang been doing. You care about
It's the
everyone.
heart.
Yes.
People feel it.
So I'm so happy.
That's great.
They get their box today. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, everyone say goodbye.
Thanks for the